Day 91. I do have 2 gems, but I'm not sure if I want to open that room quite yet. I also 100% should have went ahead and used one of the terminals to special order magnifying glass again. Sure. Oh! 100 stars is something. So to me, this looks like the pattern that was shown in Her Ladyship's chambers of like, does it ever end? With the caption, does it ever end? Although it looks a little bit different. Instead of being like one continuous spiral, this seems to kind of like zigzag back on itself maybe? And then it... No, it is one continuous spiral. Spiral of stars. Add a word to spiral of stars, then all right, we're getting somewhere. The spiral of stars. I don't like any of these options. I guess I'll take the parlor, but let's see if I can actually figure out the parlor puzzle. Logic, don't fail me now. Oh no, not the 3 statements. There's no box that contains a mix of true and false statements. There's no box that displays 3 false statements. Well, that statement itself is false. There is no box that displays a number that also appears on another box. Wait, actually, is it false? Let me check. No, it could... I mean, it could be true. Because this one could be the complete liar. Okay. Let's see if there are any other numbers. Well, this is 3. And this is 3. There's no box that displays a number that also appears on another box. So the last statement of this box has to be false. There's no box that mentions a specific color. There's no box that displays 3 true statements. There is no box that is between 2 empty boxes. Okay, so that's a clue as to where the gem is. There is no box that contains a statement with less than 8 words. There is no box that displays exactly 1 true statement. Let me check the 8 words one. Okay, so I think that's correct. There is, so if there is no box that is between 2 empty boxes is true, then it means that the gems must be in one of the side boxes, but I'm not sure if this is completely true or not. There is no box that displays exactly 1 true statement. But I know that the middle statement is true. There is no box that mentions a specific color. I think that's true. That is true. So both of these boxes have verifiably true statements, which means that this is the entirely false box. So there is no box that contains a mix of true and false statements. That is false. So one of those two does mix true and false statements. There is no box that displays 3 false statements. That's false. So this is the box that displays the 3 false. Wait, yes. This is the box that displays the 3 false statements. There is no box that displays a number. And okay, that's verifiably false. There's no box that displays 3 true statements. So this has to be true. So this has to be the mixed one. Okay. And we know that there is no box that contains a statement with less than 8 words as true. There is no box that displays exactly 1 true statement. So if that's true, then the one above is true, meaning that the gem is in one of the 2 side boxes. But if the bottom statement is false, then there is a box which displays 1 true statement, which is this box, meaning that the top statement has to be true, that there is no box. Okay. Either way, the top statement must be true. There is no box that is between 2 empty boxes. If the top statement is true... Wait. So, if their gems are in the middle box, then there would be a box that's between 2 empty boxes. So it just needs to be one of the sides. But we don't know which one. So, it's like a 50-50 between these 2. I'm going to guess this one, but I could be very wrong. If you understood the logic, let me know. And I was wrong, as expected. Foyer, I am out of gems, but I do have the boudoir. Boudoir. I think I'll wait to draft the drafting studio until I have a specific need for it, like if I find the magnifying glass. Not a big fan of these options. I mean, the attic is always good. I'll do that, even though it kind of like blocks my options a little bit. There's a chance for a magnifying glass, though. And there is one. Would you look at that? And with that, let's go outside and test some theories. Not entirely sure if you can. You should be able to read the letters that you unlock in this room. But then again, I'm also not sure if it is a letter in this room that you unlock. but there's a lever that we unlock. So my thought was, I had all the pieces of the puzzle here, but I was just like not combining them. I'm pretty sure November is correct, so 11. But instead of using like 7, right, I would use the number of gates. 1, 2, the number of small gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll include the 0 for the date scheme and see if that works. Will it work? I'm not sure. I'm hoping it works because that's the only thing I can think of. So 11, 0, 8. Aha! It was right. And there is a red letter in here, a tiny one. Red letter, oh no. Red letter number 5. But no gem in this one. Which makes me wonder about the gem stand out in the garden. Oh my god, why did they do it like this? November 8th. Uncle, in a few hours, we are departing as planned. We will be taking the old mountain tunnels to the north. We'll go as far as we can by trolley until the rails give out. Then we'll proceed on foot until we reach the southern border. I've never been as excited, nervous, and heartbroken. I may never know if I've made the right decisions, but I've made the ones I felt my father might have nodded in approval at. I'm leaving a message for Simon here in the safe house, this unhallowed cavern that we have called home for the last year. If something should happen to me, please guide him to this place. Try to show him what these lost days were all for. So the safe house is the underground ruins. So I'll need to look back at the memo that I found talking about the safe house containing a major key, because I'm not sure if that was referring to just the sanctum key that was out in the open or something more secretive. Explain to him, if you can, the intersection between foolishness and doctrine, the thin wire we stood upon, above the world, holding hands and throwing stones. Holding hands and throwing stones. In those days, we were guilty of everything. As always, Mary. Interesting. The thin wire we stood upon, above the world, holding hands and throwing stones. Holding hands and throwing stones. Well, this is definitely the most interesting letter by far. I'm glad we got this one. There's some sort of message here. I mean, it obviously mentions the safe house, which, and the railways. One thing is that I found it interesting that they're going north to the border, which is the Arch-Aries territory, when I thought they'd be going south. But I'm not sure. And then wanting to guide Simon to the safe house might simply be like telling you to go there to get the code that you find a new clue about, like how to route the train, or the numbers that you get from routing the train that way. Well, one more letter added. One last letter to go. Which is probably going to be the most difficult letter to get, since I'm pretty sure it'll be locked up in the 10th room after we gather all the sanctum keys and are able to piece together the order in which Herbert Sinclair actually visited the 8 realms. But, you know what? We'll consider that a win. We still have a little bit left of the day to go, so might as well explore a little bit more. Try to get either the chapel or the chapel or the clock tower. And again, there wasn't a gem in that little space. Curious. The little vault. I wonder if this arrow is still there when you draft it out in the outer rim. It probably is. I could make the super shovel right now, the jackhammer, but I don't think I will. Still something in here. There we go. I guess the garage is the worst thing. I think I'll go for the breaker box. So many mysteries I have yet to discover. But honestly, it wouldn't happen any other way. It's the charm of blueprints. Sure. There's a chest in here, but again, I don't have a sledgehammer. Maybe I was just getting incredible sledgehammer luck on the other days. Maybe it's because I have the power hammer locked up in the code check that I'm not getting another hammer. That could be it. This collection is looking mighty full. So I still need to unlock all the realm sigils for a trophy. Then dare mode, curse mode in 1 day in under an hour, and then complete the trophy case. So as far as trophies go, all I need to do in this save file is unlock all 8 realm sigils, which isn't an easy task, but you know, is fairly doable. Right. Sure. What math do you have for me this... Oh, I just can't speak tonight. What math do you have for me this time? 10. 20 minus 18 times 6 would be 18, I think. No, sorry, 12. 20 minus 6 would be 14 times 2 divided by 7 would be 4. There we go. I feel like the difficulty of some of the puzzles kind of loop after a while. Like that one. Security's pretty good. I guess I already have the utility closet. passageway seems pretty nice. It is interesting how I'm not getting another observatory this run after I reached 100 stars. Master bedroom, huh? Sure. And I can't reach this up here to like punch in numbers, I don't think. What's beeping at me? Come on. There it is. Oh boy. I'll go for the classroom here. Oh, there's the observatory. I do have this way to go, so maybe I do use the observatory to see what the next letter is. Oh, Spiral Stars. Add a word to Spiral Stars, then gain. So I guess after a little bit, it'll start providing me with a lot of resources, maybe? Oh, that's maybe why that little drawing in the book, or not in the book actually, it's just in the Her Ladyship's Chambers, a standalone. It says, "Does it ever end?" So maybe like it says, "Does it ever end?" because you can just keep on like getting more from the Spiral Stars. Weight room. I do need a lot of options, so I think it's worth it, believe it or not. Reading nook, sure. Come on, clock tower, or I'll take chapel. Key card. Oh, it's a little bit unfortunate. I'll go back around the other way. Oh, there's the chapel. Let's see what I get from this. The silver key. Guess you could just keep on buying keys if you want. Interesting. I don't know why I'm looking for that. Yeah, I think I will go to the wine cellar. I'm not super duper set on continuing this run in particular, because I kind of want to get to the chapel outer room. Because yeah, I can't punch in anything, so it has to be in the 46th room where I utilize that clue. All right, let's call it a day. Architect's Shopping Center.